But the system gave us the image of God as a white man. See, my grandfather was chairman of the Deacon and Trustee Board at Alvin Baptist Church in Chicago for 35 years. So we were in Sunday school and church before your eyes could see straight. I'm not knocking anybody's religion. I'm talking about a system that has completely overwhelmed us, causing us to hate each other, hate ourselves, and to ask what's happening. So, I don't know how many of you remember Sunday school card of Jesus at Gethsemane with white robe and purple. That's right. See, now I know how deadly those images can be. Because in our house, we had a pantry, it was a room, and it had big shelves at the bottom, you know, and food was stored on the shelf. On the bottom shelf, the biggest shelf, there was a big box of Quaker Oats. And I remember standing looking up, so I wasn't the height I am now. Looking up and looking at the man on the Quaker Oats box. And I didn't have any discussion with my parents. I didn't need to. I said, I guess that's God. It's an older image of Jesus. And by the time you have oatmeal for breakfast every day, and you say the grace, and we thank you for this food. Do you all understand? My brain computer was working. See, but the same was going through your brain computer. Whether you realize it or not, when they show you the Son of God is white, his father had to be white.
That's right.
Do you all understand? So in the system of racism, white supremacy, black people are going to white. We are quiet. And asking for everything. See, and hating black. But the system also tells us that the most powerful thing in the universe is what? A black hole. And now they're trying to find out about dark matter that holds everything up. Do you see? So I see the Creator. He, she, whoever. And black people are begging for this and begging for that. And the Creator is looking at us. Said, I made you black. I made you the chosen people. I chose you in your crystal black state to be the parents of all of the people on the planet. And now you hate what I made. You want to be white. You want to be a mutation. You worship the fact that the slave master raped the great-grandmother.
Take it down.
Are you all with me? Do we need to do another hug so we can talk about difficult subjects? See, I'm a psychiatrist. People come in my office every day talking about the hurt and the harm that they've experienced in their families with color sickness, hair sickness, teacher sickness. See, don't feel bad, people. Don't feel bad. I tell my patients, just say, that's fascinating. That's interesting. That's interesting. We didn't make this system. But we have been victimized by it. And now it's a question of whether we will sit and be genocided or whether we will rise up in terms of our minds and our understanding and decide we are the parent people. The parent people are supposed to fix up the house. The psychiatrist sees all kinds of examples when the children have taken over the house. The parents have abdicated. That's right. Or they didn't know what to do. And so things fall apart. Do you all understand? So this is a crisis point for us. We have to decide, are we going to let ourselves understand what is going on and what is taking place? And please don't misunderstand me. I'm not talking about hate white people. That's cheap. We don't have time to hate and be negative. But we are going to have to look at reality. And I can hear the Creator. I made you the first people. You have everything to work with. Nobody has more. Everybody came from you. Doesn't the Bible say, in all you're getting, get understanding, get wisdom? So this is what is in front of us. See, people say, well, what can we do? First, we can say, oh, is this what's going on this side of the chessboard? Are we willing to play the black side of the chessboard? Sign on. To replace the system of racism with a system of justice so there can be peace on the planet. Justice means no one is mistreated. That's right. No one is allowed to be mistreated. And those who need the most help get the most help. Those who need the most help get the most help. You see, so I'm suggesting that we sign on. But if nobody wants to sign on, I'm going to do it by myself. I was talking to someone the other day and saying, every black person is a leader. Every single person is a leader. If they don't do anything other than lead themselves, to value themselves and to respect themselves. See, because that's magic. I say that self-respect is more powerful than a nuclear weapon. See, self-respect, how you relate to self and see self. Because I tell people, if I went in a laboratory and created 3 pills, the first pill you take on Monday, well, not on Memorial Day, take it Tuesday. Take the first pill on Tuesday, and you will be white on Wednesday. Take the second pill on Wednesday, and you will have long, straight hair. And you take the third pill on Thursday, and it will give you so-called white features. And so I put my pills on eBay, and I become the wealthiest person in the world. Because all of the people on the planet, the 9/10, have been exposed to white supremacy. And they all have color sickness and feature sickness. Do you all understand? Now, sometimes white people have said to me, well, Dr. Welsing, you say that we're only 1/10, and you all colored people are 9/10. So how is it that we control the 9/10? And I say, well, could be you're genetically superior in terms of intelligence. It's a possibility. I say, but I don't think that. What I do think is that your 1/10 has been successful in brainwashing the 9/10. And so then most of the 9/10s, 8/10 of the 9/10s have gone over to support here. See, just simply by hating black and being negative towards yourself and towards each other. So that gives power. That's right. To the 1/10. Do you see what I'm saying? So with the help of the non-white majority, that we have, you can say, defaulted, weakened what could be a force for justice on the planet. So again, what do we choose to do? Neely Fuller has some exercises in his book. He called them exercises that counter racism. And very basic. They're so simple that people can't see the power. And so it's like, stop name calling one another. Stop gossiping about one another. Stop squabbling with one another. Stop cursing one another. Stop snitching on one another for reasons of personal gain. See, that's how the plantation was run. Reminder. You can get an extra little bit of fat back. Massa, that Francis gal is over there talking about revolution. being discourteous to one another. Stop being disrespectful. All right. Stop stealing from one another. Stop robbing one another. Stop fighting one another. Stop killing one another. Now, where did we did this? Everybody leading him or herself. See, people talk about having business relations. I want to be an entrepreneur. Right. It won't work. If this is the way we relate to each other. See, I add to this list. Stop using and selling drugs to one another. Stop throwing down trash where black people live, work, and play. Every black person get a PhD in broom studies. Stop black children thinking that as children they can be adequate mothers and fathers.
Yeah.
We have to revolutionize again. It depends on what is the goal objective. Right. I'm not saying sex is bad. Sex is magnificent. Can I get away? That's not the point. See, nobody in a war jumps out of the foxhole and talking about, I got to get something.
That's a wise one.
See, if somebody said, Dr. Welsing, if you were really in charge, what would you do? See, I would say black people would have to get a certificate of readiness to have sex.
Explain that a little more.
See, I see a lady shaking her head. Send her home. See, the point is that when you see the fallout,
Yes.
please listen to me. The fallout is the children who are thrown away.
Yes. Yes.
Thrown away. Because nobody 14, 15, 16, 17 can take care of a child for 25 years.
That's right.
25 years under the conditions of war.
Oh, that's so good.
We are under the conditions of war.
Right.
And if you saw the crying and the tears and the pain of children who have been taken away from their mothers, what do we think was happening in slavery?